right, guys. So I want to talk about a question that we get asked a lot, and that is, how do I know when I need a new paddle? And there's no clear answer for that because everybody plays differently. The frequency is different. How hard you hit the ball is different. The climate that you play in is different. So I can't give an answer that fits everybody's needs. And really, it really comes down to a lot of preference. And one of the analogies that I like to use is it's like having the tires on your car worn down. If they're really worn down, yeah, the performance isn't going to be great, but they'll still get you to the grocery store, just like a paddle. If a paddle's beat up, after a year, 2 years, it's still going to play fine for recreational players, but a pro level player probably wants a new paddle. So the first thing I'm going to say is a lot of it is preference. How does the paddle feel to you? If it still feels good, keep playing with it. If you're a high level pickleball player, yeah, you probably want to replace your paddle every couple months, every 3 months to make sure you're getting the most out of the core. So there's two big things that I like to focus on, when talking about getting a new paddle, or I guess it really would be three things. Is the paddle broken? That's kind of obvious. If there's any major damage, then obviously you need a new paddle. The next thing is the core. Over time, the materials in the core break down, they soften up, and you're going to get less response out of the paddle core. That doesn't mean the paddle's defective. That's just natural with materials. They break down over time. The paddle is not going to play the same at the 6-month mark as it is in the 1-month mark. And I can't tell you when that drop-off is going to be because, again, it depends how much you play and how hard you hit the ball. But that is going to be your personal opinion, how the ball's coming off the face of the paddle. Do you need more pop? I would say in general, the cores on these paddles should last, at least 6 months with really good performance if you're playing often. And after that, it'll start to taper off. But again, doesn't mean it's unplayable. The next thing that we like to look at is grit. So as you can hear, the grit on this paddle is really good, but it does wear down over time. Again, doesn't mean the paddle's unplayable, totally personal preference. For me personally, grit's not something that I normally pay attention to a lot. I can spin the ball very well, but that's usually done with wrist action and then just the deflection on the paddle, how much the ball's cupping into the paddle face. But I think that it's something that psychologically kind of trips people up. They want new grit on the paddle. So again, personal preference. Whenever you guys feel that it's worn down too much, then get a new paddle. So in conclusion, I know it's not a direct answer. It's really tough for me to say. There's obvious signs that the paddle's broken. If it's making noises, yes, you need a new paddle. After that, it really comes down to the personal preference of what you feel and what you like. Because like I said, these paddles should last well within a year or over a year rather. But it depends, how new or how fresh of a paddle you really want.